Sure, welcome. Alright. I'm gonna boot up the game. We'll see how it gets captured. I haven't streamed this before, so it's also we'll have to configure the window capture. And I'm not sure where the UI is. Likely bottom though, so we should put this middle. Probably. Oh, it's giant for me. This works. There's a window. It's configured to be huge, right? Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna capture the window this way. Okay, you should be able to see it. Let's put that again. See if the resolution fixes itself. Yeah, it broke. Quite a contrary. That's not great. There you go. Let's check the settings. This is the second game. This is Buggos 2 demo. It's made by Interpret Marmot. I've played the first game quite a bit. This is again just a demo, so we don't have the full game yet. We'll have a look at what the game offers, but it's gonna be the same sort of premise. It's a auto battle or RTS with you playing as the bugs against the humans, right? So it shouldn't be too difficult. There is some new art, of course. It's the second game, so it's different than the first one. There's expanded settings. We can remap keys, which is good. That's not what was possible in the first game. I'm probably not gonna assign any hotkeys right now, but that's something for the future perhaps. Let's go ahead and delete this. I did test this, of course, before, but I don't remember much, so it should be a relatively fresh experience. Let's go ahead and create our first save. Okay, so we have planets, as opposed to areas in the first game, and we got some information for these abandoned human encampment. Buildings left to rot in the sun, evolution factor afforded 0. Public humans. Right, so you see the challenge recommendations. I guess we'll be going through the hoops as the game recommends it. So let's go ahead and start here. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read this. Yeah, I know what Hive is. It's fine. So there are some changes. Namely that you can give certain buildings a rally point, and it's not just like a pin for all the bugs of this kind. It's every single building you build will have its own rally point, and then you funnel units like these builders into a hive or a production structure like to make swarmers. So it takes the basic unit to create a more advanced unit. Also, I see it's a bit loud for you, so I'm gonna lower that. So very simple at the start, just destroy it. It's kind of weird this is cut off. Let me try to fix it. Is it there? Now you can't see it at all. If I click on continue, you know, you can't see it. Of course not, because why would anything work ever? This way. Do it this way then. So we want that. We don't have any evolution points yet, so let's go ahead and just play the second one. I'm not gonna read this. We can build stuff. Let's go ahead and build a hive. We don't have any nutrients. There is a population count, of course. We're supposed to build that. Yeah. Just build it. That's what I did, wasn't it? Yeah. It's the ghost. This is the blueprint. So let's let them build it. There's some humans. They have some houses. Currently, they don't. Do they have a way to spawn? Yeah, they do. They do spawn. So we can double click all the hives together. Can we control group them? No. But this is how we can funnel units from all of them. I don't think we can disable. No, we can. This black one should not be spawning at all. This is some pretty visceral pixel art by compared to the first game where it was just like a small puddle of blood. This is way more visceral for sure. Oh yeah, this game is gonna have a. It's gonna be generally. You can expect a much larger scale. The first game was like 300 maximum bugs or something. I think this one's gonna be much allowing for much more. Funnily enough, we exceeded the population by 1. Because that doesn't really make much of a difference. Got some stats, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just play another one. This is a command. Structure they can make marines now. Start by building hives. We don't have any resources, like the nutrients to build stuff with, which again, I would like to have nutrients, but obviously there's a reason why they don't exist in this game. We're supposed to build stuff, that's fine. So they can send civilians in. Or no, I don't think they need to send people in, do they? No, they did. They create marines like that, like we will, but when we send workers into... can we enable spawning again? Yeah, there you go. So we can funnel bugs in, and then swarmers can start moving. We could build more forward, but there isn't much of a reason for it at the moment, at least. Should be able to just overwhelm the couple marines they have. I don't think we have difficulty setting yet, but once we do, we'll be playing on the harder settings. Get some pretty brutal war crimes right there. Much more visceral than the first game, but very fast. Nothing really too much to do here. We get an evolution point, yes, good. Let's go ahead and click the evolution chamber, good. Yeah, so it looks like a pool of sentience, so that's our core node. We have a couple units to experiment with in the demo. So defenders, spitters, which is like a small ranged swarmer, basically. Pustules, it gives us swarm capacity, so we do want to kind of get that, but we need to think about the immediate things. Swarmer then spawn more swarmers. Swarmers kind of very good, but I kind of want to experiment with other things. Mass breeding event, Have spawn +1 builder. That's like an economic bonus. If they spawned less frequently, then currently they feel like they swarm really much. If they were less, then this would have a lot of value. But let's just pick up the conservative option, which is swarm capacity, and head towards the nutrient pastorals. So this is the first like proper area. Let's take a look at it. 4 out of 5. We're supposed to go here first. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, there's a wall. We should not attack the wall until we are ready. Let's go ahead and build a bunch of hives, and then we'll do the swarmer dens here. Build that first. We don't want to bust this wall down, we want to head this way. They do have command centers, quite a few of them. So that will make a bunch of marines. An increased population capacity is probably gonna result in a lot of swarmers. Start heading forward. I want to just spam these everywhere. So destruction, this not much they can do to resist. The swarmers are really powerful because currently there is no AoE either. So like the humans just can't deal with this. If there was difficulty setting, I would already be setting it higher. But we don't have that yet. Just currently we don't even have to strategize. Which is the good part about the first game, is that you, on the hardest, you have to think and you have to, you know, plan your attacks well. While here, we just kind of overwhelm them. Let's go ahead and get the pustules. More swarm capacity, okay. Increase swarm capacity to spears. I think I'll be heading for the defender. What's the second? This one. Similar sort of situation like last time. Let's go ahead and build a bunch of hives. Now you don't want to build too many things at once because it's important we build the hives as they give us more economy. But once they start pumping, you can just kind of carpet down a whole bunch of stuff. Then we want some swarmer dens. We don't have any defensive structures yet or anything like that, so it's gonna have to be this. Which is fine, just keep building. You see our capacity goes up as we build more pustules. We need to be careful though. There are some turrets. Much nicer than the first game, I would say, with the animations. The first game didn't have many animations. We do want to take this place out first. So let's go ahead and start throwing our swarmers at that already. But our workers should be building stuff. Don't split it too much. Might need more hives. At this point, maybe the economic upgrade would have been worth it, but they are just generally a bit slow. Okay, the turrets are shredding. Let's go ahead and just create a whole bunch of swarmers. Try and overwhelm it. But this would be good if it forces me to strategize more. That's what I want. I want to have to be adapting. Currently, it feels like maybe just brute force it. They can't make more marines out of this area, so we'll see. Just make more hives then. That's our economy, essentially. If we don't want to go up this way, because it's blocked off, we'll head through the main base. But we do want to build this. All the hives. Go here, and all the swarmer nests. Concentrate here. We'll have to throw the swarmers at the enemy because we are out of population capacity pretty much. But we will have loads. Let's attack. They don't have AoEs. I think this will just kill them. Seems like it, pretty much. I want to destroy this command center. Wipe this out. Then go for this. They did actually do some serious damage. It's good. Oh boy, we have a lot of builders. Let's just make swarmers. Need reinforcements. Okay, so it seems like we would want more swarmer nests. That's good if you, because I think when I was testing it before, it felt like I never needed to make more of anything. I really just make a couple and then it just kind of works indefinitely. More infrastructure in general, I think is good. Leaning more into that base building aspect, while obviously the lack of any resources is gonna have to made up for in some other way to make it interesting. So the production limit's probably the way to go if really there are not to be any resources. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. We'll head for the defenders, I think. This is tempting, but let's go for the defenders. This gives all the bugs a bit more health, which is okay. We should be going for this one. Oh, well, welcome. Interpret Marmot is the dev on this game. He's made Buggos 1. This is also his. Just okay. Sorry to disturb you. So yeah, I decided to take a look at the game today. Didn't really have time to plan it very well, so not have many viewers or anything. But so far there are a couple of changes I noticed since the earlier version you showed me. Cat in lab, coffee in hand, I'm here. Okay, good. I did notice a couple of changes, but nothing like drastic or anything. I think generally you want more infrastructure now than before, which is good, because that's what gives it sort of value. If there are no resources, then we need to at least think about like however many builders I can spawn how quickly. So it's more that currently it feels like it will punish like overexpansion more than anything else. While before it was more that you never really build much apart from the couple starting buildings. Okay, yeah, this is the planet too. At least I think so. I wish there was a way to hotkey all my hives with one, like the pins in the first game, so I can say all my hives, all the builders go here, you know, without having to select all the hives. But yeah, not sure that's possible to make. So one could be builders or the hives, second could be swarmers, you know, as the units. Okay, good. It's not like a huge deal or anything, but that would help. Just keep moving, and let's go ahead and start wiping this. Serious war crimes. More hives, or more swarmer dens. Is there difficulty in this? I don't think so, right? We still don't have that. Because I was thinking, like, it really... for me, I enjoy when I have to strategize. Yeah. With this, I don't have to. I just, you know, just make stuff and it works. Well, that's what was good in the first game, I think, is that you have to pile up a lot of units and go for a bust intelligently, or you get punished, or like you would have to then rebuild for a while, which is good. Oh yeah, the crystal. We have a crystal. Let's build some hives around it. We'll have to conquer this. It's the first target. A couple of nutrient pustules. Tooltips coming soon. Good. Also, yeah, that will be nice because currently +1 health for all bugs. We don't know what the health is, so it could be huge if they have only like 5 health, but it could also be inconsequential if they have like 100, right? So that's gonna be good once that comes out. Swarmers have 10, okay, so it's like 10% increase, that's not terrible. It's pretty strong. Marines do 10 damage. Takes them from 1 shot to 2 shot. That's huge, yeah. That is huge. I suppose on hard difficulty though, that will no longer be the case, but that's fine. For this, it does matter though. Quite a lot. Swarm capacity needs to grow. Let's go ahead and put the builders here and start attacking this base. There's gonna be some collateral through the middle, but hopefully they don't attack this. They can still kick ass. Just wondering how brutal it will be when we give them the bonuses. Like in the first game, Mass Marine can legitimately be a bit of a problem early game for you. But again, I find that nice when I have to think about things. Do we go south? I think we do. Kinda want to ignore this. Once we build this, let's go and move forward. And we'll establish more hives here. Even though, again, I don't think we need it. I think we can just win. But it would be good to make use of the crystals, I think. They also smashed a couple of my things. I think that's the first time I see the new building splat. Let's do this. We do really have plenty of swarmers. Might have to sacrifice them to the dark gods to. The human have AI now, so they are harder. I think you said that. I can believe that. So in the first game they did also do attacks, but it was more like however many population they have, and then they would try to launch the attacks. They defend where things have died. Ah, right. So the fight here caused them to be more aggressive. Makes sense. Just gonna quickly take care of this bot. Alcoholics welcome. There you go. Can you see it? There you go. The turret wall is pretty powerful, but not powerful enough. And I kind of mismanaged that. I should have disabled these hives. Oh well, it's all over now. I don't think there is much of a chance for them. I'll watch someone do this level for 10 minutes. No. 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 It's okay. I can't believe that. But this is, you know... This is the Soviet Union. There is a solution. It just means if brute force fails, it's about more brute force. You need a critical mass of people, and then that's how you make a breakthrough. It's not really about, you know... that's how you need to think. But you are playing the bugs, like, you know, that checks out. In many ways than one. If you've read Starship Troopers, you know what I'm talking about. Let's get that, and the Defender Burrow. Attack range of Defender by 20. That sounds like a lot. We'll see how much that translates to. Health, attacks, no, move speed. Start now spits large globes of acid at the target, hitting all enemies within 30 units. You know what would be kind of cool in this? I just had an idea. You've played StarCraft, right? StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty specifically. When you have the tech tree in that game, you hover over an upgrade, and so instead of just being a text, it like shows you as well a small clip of what's gonna happen. So like in this instance, I would hover over this, and instead of just a text, under that there would be a small clip playing it over and over of just like the defender hitting a group of units, and that's it. It doesn't need to be like super long or anything. It's just that it visually shows what you're upgrading, or how is it gonna work in practice. It's a small thing, but I find that it's one of those things that gives it, yeah, a little more feel. But yeah, obviously, practically, it makes no difference, really. Let's go into this. I'm not sure if diagonals work as well around the crystal. Let's believe so. Maybe Will can answer that. The humans have a crystal. The humans also use the crystal, which is not good. Not good for us, that is. Otherwise, design-wise, that's good. Is this the final map of the demo? I think it is. There's a lot of crystal. Defender Burrow. I do want... Oh, that looks pretty nasty. Cool. I like it. It's like Zerg buildings. There's another planet. Okay. Great. I'm looking forward to seeing what that has to offer. Defenders. Start sending them forward. They probably take more builders to spawn one, which is fine. We need some meat shields, but for now, just keep producing. 7 builders, they cost 3 supply. Seems appropriate. One of the things that I was contemplating is like there's an upgrade early on that's like your hives spawn more builders. And normally that would be like an eco upgrade, which sounds good on paper, but usually we just don't really struggle with making builders. Because even a couple of hives, it really produces them so fast. So maybe on the higher difficulty they could produce more slowly. So that is an actual reason to consider upgrading that. Because when you don't have resources, the only other way to like limit the player's expansion or provide any sort of meaningful way to upgrade the economy is to go for stuff like that, like the rate at which the units spawn, or if you want to limit hives or anything like that. So, you know. There is something like that. We gotta start to send the defenders south already. Yeah, they are destroying my house like crazy. With a big attack. Let's put this north. Give us more. Rate and cost. The camera just zoomed out, or OBS did. I think it's. I didn't touch anything. I do zoom like this, but I didn't notice anything. It's possible I just missed it. I'm no longer taking up the full screen. Well, was I in the first place? I'm not sure, I'm supposed to be in the middle. As I see it, it displays correctly, but I'm not sure. I like the building ruins stay for a bit longer. That's a good touch. Try to refresh if something's wrong. It's showing correctly to me, but it's always possible something is wrong. OBS is not flawless. We lost 700 bucks there. That's normally quite a bit, but now it's fixed. Okay, not sure what that was, but Twitch is a weird place. The base swarm capacity is pretty good, but we might just want to go with the defender range. The classic. Next planet. Oh, a green planet. Angry planet, bug planet. It's gonna be a bug planet. It's the first level. This water testing facility. Yeah, cool. Forest and grass. Interesting. Can I just remove that? Yeah, let's do that. So how does this look? There's a bunch of turrets. Ah, this is a way more strategic of a map. Because you need to strategize where to attack. Might try to get this. Let's make a bunch. Could get some swarmers as well. We do have the range upgrade, but it would be best if we use some swarmers. Or even builders as a frontline fodder. 1-1 is babies first Buggos, 1-2 is learning game for real. Makes sense. As you said, you've seen some things of how some people who are not that familiar with RTS can struggle. So it's really best to kind of have that learning experience, be a bit more beginner friendly. Even if it feels really weird having someone not play any RTSs before, you still need to kind of think that maybe some people will come in who will be like that. Now, there's this wall. I do not intend to break it, but we do want to build our swarm capacity up in this general area. And we can disable these hives now, while we keep attacking. Is that an AoE to the turrets? It feels like it. If there is, that's good. They have at least some way to deal with this. There's a flamethrower turret? Maybe. We don't know yet. Let's just build up our stuff. Could enable this. If our swarm capacity is low overall, that means we could spawn more easily. So let's spawn more, even if it's further away. Need to defend a bit. But we want to build up this room capacity. Need to put totems on load screens. Yeah, that would be nice. AoE is good. They need to have AoE of some kind, because otherwise you would just hard counter all the early defenses that they have access to, because, you know, more stuff just destroys the universe. Ah, there's a flamethrower. But we do outrange it now, I think. The AoE is 20 units. Yeah, it's hard to imagine, like, for me, that's... Unless I know what kind of, like, distance, like, what this is. Is this 20 units? Probably, right? It's like this amount. So if they stack, then it can hit multiple of them, but it's not gonna, like, hit this much, right? Maybe the rocket launchers later, but not this. Also, we should not be doing that. No, don't do that. Just keep going, and we want to kind of expand this way so that we don't have to use that cursed area anymore. So that's gonna be a defense. Let's go and put up the economy as well. Keep going this way. I can disable spawning. Just build the next line. Is this connected? No, it's not. We'll have to go the other way around. Defenders are a bit overtuned at the moment, but I think they're almost in a good spot for new players. Yeah, probably. They do. If you don't have meat shields, then they do get kind of roasted by the turrets. But that's okay. They need to be countered somehow, because otherwise, even in the first game, they were very powerful. A lot of people were spamming them and basically making nothing else, which is fine. It's a single-player game. You can have very powerful units, but it definitely should be forcing you to kind of innovate a little bit as a player. And that's probably what happens a lot with the rocket launchers in the first game, but Yeah, not really with much else. Depends. Yeah, just make more units. We'll slowly whittle our way over. This choke point here is gonna be quite nasty. We could clear this, obviously, to make stuff with. But we don't have to, so probably not gonna do that. Could also destroy units if they're lagging behind. Just do this. We have a marker here. Yep. Just everyone goes forward. Yeah, we stack up now. We received a lot of splash. So, what are humans? It's like an attack wave once they could reach us. That's good. Imagine once we have like a larger map where they have access to you, they'll do little skirmish as well, instead of just piling up forever while being enclosed behind a wall. But that can be dangerous. I imagine if you are not like ready for that, maybe it could kill you. But there's still no real reason not to be expanding the eco earlier. It's like you shouldn't die to that, but again, considering what you described before, I think there is a very real chance someone's gonna die to that. Okay, 500 losses, but humans lost 200. Most people don't postule this well. Yeah, I could have done better. There was still space left, but earlier on that was definitely needed. All of these seem great. The splash as well. This is also good, but we can just make more. So I think I'll just go with the combat upgrades. Focus on the hive. So what do we have? Flamethrower people. Okay. 3 of these, okay. Oh, we have a second hive. Interesting. Well, we need to make sure we defend each place, because otherwise... But that's... yeah, this allows for this, because obviously now we don't have the limitation like before, where... before, in the first game, it wasn't really very possible to do stuff like this, I don't think. But now you could split up bases. Obviously, this is gonna split attention, but it can work. Just need to make more production buildings. I usually build up a little bit, at least some buildings, and then I like look at the map before I do anything, because it feels bad to be idle with the eco. But yeah, that's a good thing to catch for sure. Very important. Let's aim for up. This map reminds me of the Uterus of Doom, with the layout element. Which was the map from the first game. It was very cool. Yeah. No, they will send skirmishes now, yeah, but we have the splash damage. Yeah. Unfortunately for them, we have invented the maximum machine gun, therefore they are royally screwed. Let's make sure we keep making more bugs. Let's make more in the front. Fill in the pustules where we can. We don't have too many here, which is a bit of a mistake maybe. But eventually it's gonna build up. Sure of it. Build, build, build. And then we can zoom out and just use the command like this. Screaming ghost, if you zoom out. Yeah! You trust not good to know I'm not the only one. Great minds think alike. Insane ones as well. So, make of that what you will. I feel like we could have done much more with the expansion. I especially messed up this one. I should have had more hypes. But it worked. I suspect it would not work very well if we were playing on an actual difficulty. It would actually be a pretty hard map because of the openings, I imagine. Especially since we don't have any defenses yet. Let's get health. A very painful experience. Global wood chipping and logging depot. Planetary landing port. Okay, let's go for this. We have one hive. There's a red crystal. Does it mean it's even stronger than the other ones? Perhaps. We must find out. Build, build, build. There's turrets, which means early units might actually be worth it here. Smash it. Let's make a bunch of pustules. How does the layout exactly look like? There's a landing ship. Another one. None of this is enclosed though, so they can attack us. Which means we should probably be a bit more careful than I'm being right now. Again, especially because we don't have anything like defenses. Oh yeah, do the pustules get boosted if I build them around the crystal? That's a question that I would like to answer. Have answered. Hey Flan Dancer, welcome. Red crystals, it's 2 times health. They will, okay. That's good. That sounds lovely. I'm a bit worried about this side now. Because the bad people will not like me doing this. But, yeah, we can just kind of juggle it, I guess. Yeah, we need to juggle it. I could only send certain kind of unit a certain direction. So that's an option that we do have. Because they will like get aggressive the moment I start attacking. They'll start to attack me back. And we can't have that, so... I could like set certain units a certain way, I guess. They don't need to all go there, the same kind. But obviously, it's just easier to do. Like that. Yeah, I don't like that. No, my cabbages. It's fine. It's fine. There's more where that came from. You can just send one spawner that way. Yeah, that's what I just thought as well. We probably shall do that, but then I want to like retask so that you know it's just a messy for me. I would probably control group them if I could, but this will work. Yeah, don't go there. Go forward. We are done. Let's attack the main. Or main. This is their like second biggest base. Let's go for it. Let's keep one spawner here. Keep building eco now. I think you nerfed the flamers. They seem a little less oppressive. In the first game they were worse. This was painful, but they were much more painful in the first one because the range on them was, you know, they came in as murder bots. Yeah, they just absolutely trashed all of the compositions. And we have crash. Okay, do you have a... Let's take a look at it. Do you have a report? I suppose there isn't a app data. Okay. It's local. Maybe roaming. Got Buggos 2. Do you want the whole thing or... I'm gonna have to zip it. Let's go ahead and zip it. I'm gonna send it to you. Log. Okay, I sent the whole thing. I can just dig up the log if you want. No problem. It's, you know, it's a demo. It can happen, of course. I can just do logs if you want. This is the logs. Let's take a look. Is it visible? Yes. I think we have to replay that, but that's okay. It was this one. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. It would not be good, but it's probably fine. Let's make a bunch of hives back here. This time we'll do it a bit differently. Way more hives. Clear turret. Flamer near the base is definitely not great. People are out pace it though. destroy the turret. Flamers are weaker, the defenders are on math. Yep. Need to balance that touch. For sure. It does feel like the flamers are weaker than the first game. And also the humans, they do behave a bit differently, but when you do upgrade the defenders, they are powerful. Then again, like, it's a single player game, I imagine if people are not that great-headed, they will need those powerful units. But for me, it does feel like it's too much on this difficulty. Like, I don't really have to strategize, which is, again, the enjoyable part for me, for the first game, was strategizing. Where I have to adapt or figure out how to approach something. That's not what we have to do, so I'll probably look forward to higher difficulty setting. But we'll see. There's an attack wave, but we should be able to bust in the meantime, hopefully. Is there an attack? There is an attack. Ever tell of this crash, fatal condition scripts is null, is true. Right, so it's something you had before. Sometimes it's probably hard to replicate. I have no idea what it was. Yeah, I couldn't replicate it. Or at least I don't know what to do to replicate it. Start sending them forward over there. These guys and builders just keep making pustules. Some hives as well. Suspect something died and was removed from the game, right? Something was accessing it. It's trouble with multi-threading in the game. That's possible. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, so maybe that's what happened. Brutal. The defenders are shredding. We gained a lot of power at some cost. Yeah, the game can handle way more now, right? With the amount of units and such. Cost walls, I have no idea what is going on, like half of the time. But that's how being a developer feels like, isn't it? Like screaming at the monitor, why? This makes no sense, and then, that's why. Suddenly it's so obvious. And it's like, until you see it, it's like, I've said it correctly. Why is it not behaving like it's supposed to? The murder mystery where I'm the killer and detective the dead body. Are these? Oh yeah, they spawn the flamers. So it's like an armory, I guess, or a space. Is it a spaceship? Could be. I also had an idea for like, you know how we have this empty space around? Armory, yeah, that's what it looks like to me. I was thinking either a spaceship or armory. Like the empty space around it. It would be cool if there was like even if it's just a persistent simple background, that would be like, if this is a forest planet, it could even be a bunch of water or something. But I feel like that would also probably add a lot. if you want it to be fancy, you could also have it be, there's a way to make it move like half as fast. I don't know how that's called exactly, but yeah. Obviously that's probably not a priority to have, but I feel like that would probably add a lot. My Q is a roll of wood line? Oh boy, can't believe that. Okay, so we probably have the last mission. We have an evolution point. Let's just fully upgrade the defenders then. It's like this. This sounds great on paper, but I feel like the builders already spawn at such a rapid rate that there's not much point of having this currently. Again, maybe the more difficulty you pick, the less builders you should get base. And then that would kind of force you to have to invest into that. This could be good. It's just that I just build another spawner, you know. And since we have a lot of builders, that feels like I don't really need to do that. This seems good because more dense swim capacity is probably powerful. But unlocking a unit and giving it power is obviously something we want. I've beat the entire demo with only Swarm Builder. I can believe that. It's probably relatively tough. I think I could do it as well. That would force me to strategize a little bit. Oh, I missed this. That's also a mission. We should go here first. Do we have one base? Yes. There's a big wall. Okay, let's make a solid eco. Okay, let's get some hives. Or hives. Burrows. Just pile up. Just pile up. And just convert these builders to better units. Then once we get enough, we'll start pushing. There's a lot of humans, so we better be ready. I think we've got enough. Let's go. Need to concentrate on an area. Down here seems logical because of that crystal. Could also keep sending some guys this way. Oh boy, that's a lot of flamethrower people. Adding to up the rate of civ to military conversion. Probably. It's why, as I said, it feels like I don't need to strategize or think about it, which is not great. So you want to have it be at least a consideration of what to invest into, or what do I make, or where do I place it, how many hives do I make. Currently it's just not really a concern. Except obviously we want more pustules. Always. They also act as some sort of impromptu walls. I noticed, since they don't cost anything. It's actually pretty good. We already busted this. That's good. Just keep moving. I could disable some spawners if we want to concentrate more on economy. Because we want the pustules. So we can have more units. That it will be difficult to level. Yeah, I'll also say I would believe that reducing the number of builders you get per difficulty setting would make it fair. Because the worst players or the people who just want to play casually would be able to just do whatever they want. While it would present the strategical choices for people who care about that. It wouldn't feel too unfair to me. But obviously it depends. But I think that would be better than going with like pure stat sheets. But obviously you might want to boost the enemies anyway. Yeah, but it should be up to it should be created in such a way that it doesn't feel terrible, you know. I think this doesn't have a ruin yet, which is fine. I like the explosions. Okay, lost. So before we start on, you can click what you want and it will give you difficulty rating. Yeah. So it could... Yeah, so that could be like a complex economy or something where you have to... You get less units spawned per cycle from buildings. Which also would kind of make you think about the crystals a bit more. Because currently, since everything creates so fast, you don't really need to think about it. It's a nice thing to have, I guess, but it's not like you need it. That being said, I'll probably take that. Just see how insane it can get. Could be all the options. Yeah. Less builders, more enemy range, enemy crystals are doubled. Oh boy. It's probably gonna be pretty ridiculous. I would choose it all and see if it's possible. That's what I would do. But obviously some people might want to play with just some of it. Because like, yeah, the enemy range feels super unfair. It did even in the first game, but it's achievable. Just some people for sure would not like to play against it because of how insurmountable it can feel unless you make the proper decisions. So probably leaving it up to anyone to choose is good. Not sure if you aim for any sort of meta progression for... If you have that system, some games do the thing where the higher the difficulty setting, the more of kind of currency you earn to upgrade stuff in a roguelite way. But you don't have to have it, so it depends on you, what you want with the game. You do have crystals. I can't fit stuff. Okay. Let's go with a defender burrow here and here. Give me some pustules. Start building this first. There's a lot of marines, but they cannot reach us, so should be able to just kill them. Hey Fred, welcome. Do an impossible setting with a note, don't try it, Marek. Don't flip the switch is like, but you need to understand, I'm not a rebel. That's not what's gonna motivate me to do it, just because, you know, the daddy said I shouldn't. That's not how I think, because I'm not 5. But I generally like to try the hardest setting possible and see if it's doable. If it doesn't feel too crushing or unfair, then I like playing hard games. It just depends, because some games can feel unfair while others give you sort of sense of achievement more. Especially with Buggos 1, I like the strategic aspect where I have to think about what I do, which normally you don't have to think about that. And so just mindlessly doing something, it's not what I like. So that's why I like to play on hardest. But on some games, definitely wouldn't pick the hardest, because that can feel insurmountable. It depends a lot on the game. We kill the Marines. And then we'll start to strategize. This is actually gonna be good for our pustules. Let's just make a bunch. Let's stop creating these for a little while. We killed this Marine. No, we already busted a wall piece. Not what I wanted to do, but we will have to go down anyway. I guess we could go this way, but this will bust that side anyway as well. Oh boy, they have access to our base. Because of that bust. Yikes. Well, that's not good. I guess we are going this way. Straight down the middle. Yes. Very sane. Just go into Marek setting. I'm sure there are other people who played it on the hardest. I know for a fact there were. But I also know quite a few people who did have the game from our community and who didn't play on hardest because they love themselves and they don't want to suffer. And that's fair. I'm not gonna tell anyone how to play. But again, for me, specifically in the first game, I liked the hardest because it made me think. At least more so than anything else. There were still very powerful things we could do. You know. It's not like it was too unfair, but there were definitely like power spikes when the enemy unlocks a new unit and you just despair. We should disable the back spawners, but at this point I don't know if we need to do that. The defenders are just dominating the known universe. Let's crush that. Okay. Their billions 800% is insane. You still did it. It is incredibly unfair. But the same deal in 800%. It's that normally I would have to wait a long time because it's tied to mission timers in their billions, and if I play on lower difficulty, it will keep having more time than I need. Because even on 800%, I'm basically done on one of those maps. I would just be sitting there and just like not having anything to do. If we play on lower skill, more so that's also a practical reason why to pick it. It's not just pain, but arguably their billions can be miserable on 800%, but the problem with that is it's not very well balanced. No. I'm not quite that insane. So no. That is beyond my capabilities. I love myself. The pause is, yeah. I cannot play without a pause, but on hardest, yes. But no pauses, it feels too bad for me. If I was to like train for it, I'm pretty sure I could learn it, but I don't feel like learning it because that game is very specific. And like, I don't really want to stream it all the time. I come back to it every like 2 years. I go and play through the campaign again because it's a really good game. But playing without a pause, I feel like I would be losing a lot. And I don't want to do that on a stream because then I have to reload. You have to replay the whole mission. In their billions, there are no saves. If you lose, you replay the map. And the map can take up to like 4 hours. If it's like one of the last missions, it's 4 hours lost time immediately. That's just blatantly not respecting players' time at that point. So, you know, there is a way to cheese the system by having saves, by copying your game files, but I just don't want to do that. So, yeah, they also don't allow any mods of any kind, which is kind of sad. You can press F1 for extra. I didn't know that. That would also be good if you implemented like F2, like in StarCraft, would select every single production structure you have, all the hives and everything together, so you can then, you know, just right click, everything goes here. Basically like in Buggos 1 where you had to do the last pin, which was all the kinds of units. If you remember that. I can no longer play any game without a pause. It's called aging. We all have it. It's fine. I think we are done. So the planet is done, right? Well, there is no, there's currently no, yeah, there's no like victory screen or anything. There probably should be like a little pop-up to point people to the Discord or anything. But there is such a thing here. So, thanks to Will for giving us a chance to look at the game. It does look interesting. It's different than the first one. As I said, I do have a couple of things that I would like to see more fleshed out. But even from the version I've been shown before, I'm not gonna tell you how it was exactly, but suffice to say, there are some things that I like more as they are right now, and so there's definitely a lot of thought that's put into making the mechanics and the things. So let's hope that Will can get a chance to work on that more, and so that he can get his vision to bring us a good game as the first one. I like the first one a lot. We'll see how this one ends up being after you are done with the development, which is probably gonna take a while. The auto building, it does feel a lot easier. As I said, personally, I would like to have resources because it gives it value, which currently it feels like it's too easy or like too automatic, if that makes any sense. Because there is again not much decision making for me as a player, which then kind of takes away from the feeling for myself. But it depends, because some people just don't like that. So, you know, what I might like might not be what some casual people will like. But I would like resources, or if not resources, then make them spawn at a lower rate with the setting. That would make me consider more what I'm doing, which is good. Because, yeah, like, you should play heaven mode where people just can zone out and not think. But for the strategic players, you should have mechanics where you encourage people to decide, oh, am I gonna be able to greed out another hive, or can I just, do I need to rush military to live, you know, that kind of thing? Or do I just greed out pustules, or do I do another hive? That sort of thing. It's good if you encourage that, at least the difficulty setting where, yeah, I think that would be good. So we will see about that. Otherwise, the art is great. The violence is something. I like the explosions and the gore as well, but it's definitely much more intense than the first game, where it was just like a little puddle of blood. This death, you know, art is visceral. Explosions, yes. So anyway, thanks to Will for, again, giving us a chance to look at the game. We had some art budget this time. Yeah, right. Makes sense. It is good. Looking forward to more. If I have time, I'll gladly help you test anything if you want. But anyway, that's gonna be everything for this stream. I might be back with something else, so I'll think about it. No problem. So, for now, see you around. Bye.